Let's get right into it. Number 11. Drinking coffee. Back in the 1500s, grabbing a cup of coffee could literally cost you your life. When coffee first appeared in the Middle East, many believed it was the devil's brew. They claimed it made people rowdy, rebellious, and a little too talkative. The story starts with a goat herder named Kaldi. He noticed his goats bouncing around like they were at a rave after eating some strange red berries. Instead of thinking, maybe that's not safe, he decided to try them himself. And that's how coffee was born, thanks to a guy who thought, if my goats are partying, I want in. But here's the dark twist. In some regions, just drinking coffee could get you executed. Coffee houses became hotspots for gossip and government criticism, basically the ancient equivalent of Reddit forums. Kings even sent spies to eavesdrop on conversations. One wrong word with your cup of joe, and you could be thrown into a dungeon. Even in Europe, people were skeptical. They called it Satan's bitter invention. That is, until the Pope gave it a try. He loved it so much he literally baptized coffee, declaring it too good for the devil. Fast forward 500 years, and now doctors tell us it might help us live longer. From death penalty to health drink, what a glow-up. Number 10. Wearing purple. In ancient Rome, fashion could kill you. Wearing purple was reserved for emperors alone. Why? Because the dye was ridiculously rare. It came from tiny sea snails called murex. To produce just 1 gram of dye, workers needed around 12,000 snails. The process was disgusting too, cracking open snails, squeezing out drops of goo, then letting it rot in the sun. The stench was so awful dye factories were built outside city limits. But the result? A color so vibrant it never faded. A single purple garment cost a year's wages, and the emperors weren't about to let commoners flex. They even had officers patrolling the streets, checking for unauthorized purple. A small stripe could get you executed, or worse, tossed to the lions. So next time you rock a purple hoodie at the mall, remember, you're flexing harder than Caesar ever did, and nobody's going to kill you for it. Number 9. Being left-handed. In medieval times, being left-handed marked you as suspicious, maybe even evil. People believed the devil was left-handed, so naturally, anyone who wrote or ate with their left must be in league with him. The word sinister itself comes from the Latin for left. Teachers would tie kids' left hands behind their backs, beat them with rulers, or even burn the hand to save their soul. During witch hunts, being left-handed was enough evidence to brand you as a witch, and we all know how those trials ended. In some African tribes, cooking with your left hand was considered deadly. They believed it poisoned food. Shockingly, this isn't ancient history. Many grandparents today still remember being punished in school just for being left-handed. Number 8. Eating potatoes. When potatoes first came to Europe, people thought they were poison. They wouldn't even feed them to livestock. To be fair, parts of the plant are toxic. The leaves and stems contain deadly chemicals, and potatoes stored the wrong way release toxic gas that can kill in an enclosed space. King Frederick the Great of Prussia had to trick people into eating them. He planted fields of potatoes, placed guards around them by day, then secretly told the guards to leave at night. Seeing the guarded fields, peasants assumed the crop was valuable and began stealing and planting them themselves. Reverse psychology worked. Marie Antoinette even wore potato flowers in her hair to make them fashionable. Eventually, potatoes became a staple, though, as the Irish famine later proved, relying too heavily on them came with risks. Number 7. Public kissing. In 1562, Naples, kissing in public was punishable by death. Officers patrolled the streets on the lookout for affectionate couples, and one caught kiss could mean a trip to the executioner. In 1439, King Henry VI banned kissing across all of Britain, fearing it spread disease. This is the same king who later went insane, so maybe not the best medical authority. Even in 1910, France, train station kisses were outlawed, not for morality, but because couples lingered so long that trains kept leaving late. Imagine France banning kissing. That's like Switzerland banning chocolate. Number 6. Coin clipping. Back when coins were made of real silver and gold, clever folks figured out they could shave tiny pieces off the edges. Collect enough shavings, melt them down, and you had free money. Others drilled coins, filled them with cheaper metal, or shook bags of coins to collect the dust. Governments saw it as economic sabotage. Punishment? Death. Sometimes entire families were executed for coin clipping. It got so out of hand they brought in Isaac Newton, yes, the gravity guy, to fix the problem. He introduced ridged edges to coins, making it obvious if someone shaved them. That simple design choice saved lives. Number 5. Growing a beard. In certain eras, growing a beard was basically announcing rebellion. Rome had beard patrols, who would shave you in the street, often taking skin along with the hair. Peter the Great of Russia took it even further. He forced nobles to line up so he could shave them himself with a rusty razor. Refuse? You'd lose your head, literally. Those who wanted to keep their beards had to pay a tax and carry a token engraved with the phrase, "The beard is a useless burden." Without it, police would shave you on the spot. Facial hair was basically a government-permitted luxury. Number 4. Skipping church. Missing Sunday service was more than bad manners. It was a crime. The church acted as a spiritual hub, political office, and police station combined. Skip it, and you'd face fines, public whippings, or worse. Church officers patrolled the streets, dragging out anyone hiding at home. Colonial America even had stocks and outdoor cages where offenders sat on display like zoo exhibits. In some places, mandatory church laws lasted until the 1960s. Number 3. Sleeping in church. Dozing off in church was dangerous. Some parishes hired tithing men who carried sticks, one end sharp, the other padded. They'd jab men with the sharp side and whack women with the soft end if they caught them nodding off. Puritans believed falling asleep was a sign of demonic possession. Repeat offenders sometimes faced exorcism, fire included. All because the sermon was just a little too long. Number 2. Marrying outside your class. Falling in love with someone beneath your status was considered disgraceful, sometimes worse than murder. Families staged kidnappings to stop elopements, cut off children financially, and even held mock funerals, pretending their child had died rather than admit they married down. One nobleman who married a butcher's daughter had to keep it secret for years, and even when revealed, their children couldn't inherit anything. Today, the worst fallout might be tense holiday dinners. Back then, love could ruin your life. Number 1. Washing your hands. In the 1800s, suggesting doctors wash their hands was career suicide. Physicians would go from dissecting corpses straight to delivering babies, fingernails full of decay. Dr. Ignaz Semmelweis noticed mortality rates dropped dramatically when doctors used chlorine to wash. But instead of celebrating, the medical community mocked him, insisting, "Gentlemen don't have dirty hands." He was fired, committed to an asylum, and beaten to death by guards, all because he told doctors to wash up. Today, hand washing is common sense. Back then, it was deadly advice. That's it for this list. If you want more strange, dark, and unbelievable history, make sure to hit subscribe. You won't want to miss what's coming next.